When we are young, we do not think about the long-term consequences of our actions. As our population ages, we are forced to deal with these consequences. So much of our aging population relies on a curative approach. Those who take a more preventative approach when they are younger are less likely to resort to curative measures, allowing them to lead a healthier lifestyle.
I think I've been more aware of health and taking care of myself since I've been in my late 50s and early 60s and cared more about it than when I was younger. So I would say, by definition, it's more important to me today.
I think my diet will change just because I'm going to have a much busier lifestyle than I do now. I'm not going to always have afternoons free that I might have now. Especially PT is a job where you get up at 6 in the morning and you might not get home till 8 at night. So I think the first step is in being healthy and changing my lifestyle would be my diet. And then I think making more of an effort to get to the gym.
Well, I meditate every morning. I do that every day without fail. I also read extensively, and I watch a lot of the current affairs on TV.
That's a hard question. I don't know what I do to exercise my brain. I try to keep active. I try to keep very active with a close circle of friends, whether it be from the church or wherever. With a group of girls that we meet once a month for game time.
I've never really thought about it, but my grandmother had Alzheimer's, so knowing what she went through and kind of the studies out now saying that doing some mental exercises can help prevent it or decrease how fast it progresses is something that I definitely should think about. Like when I have kids, I definitely want to be super active, like hopefully coach their sports teams and stuff. Definitely gonna keep running, going to the gym. Later in life, when I'm a lot older, who knows, but I definitely want to keep an active lifestyle.
I exercise more than I used to, and it's a result of wanting to live longer.
Physically, I'm more active in my 50s and 60s than I was in my 40s. So I get a lot of exercise. I hit a treadmill for about 20 minutes every morning, do calisthenics. So, yeah, reasonable physical shape.
More than 80% of adults do not meet the guidelines for both aerobic and muscle strengthening activities. Nearly 40% of people over the age of 55 report no exercise at all. But as we become older, we need more regular exercise, not less. Physical activity helps prevent bone loss, increase muscle strength, and improve coordination and balance. Exercising regularly is a key strategy in preventing heart disease and promoting other heart-healthy habits.
You're not going to be in good health, so as you get older, you think more of how you can keep your body in better shape.
I've taken an exercise science course and I kind of see how different exercises benefit you and how different aerobic exercises help with your heart rate, your blood pressure, your weight, how lifting can help with weight, how staying strong versus just doing cardio is going to affect you. So I think it's benefited me in the long run.
I hit the treadmill every day for about 20 minutes. I think that's very important. I do it at an incline, so I get a little bit of cardio in there. And I think the calisthenics are important because They keep you limber, and they also give you tone to your muscles so you don't get stitches when you do things. So I think that's very important.
Can't actually pinpoint to one certain thing, but I do think it's very important for we the seniors to keep busy, to keep a life surrounding around us.
The common phrase, "you are what you eat," holds true for us all. Obesity and being overweight are linked to several factors that increase one's risk for cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. An eating healthy plan can decrease your risk substantially. Getting smart about your heart early on puts you far ahead of the curve. The things you do and don't are a telltale sign of how long and how well you're going to live.
I've been very fortunate to be able to eat most foods and not have to diet most of my life. But as I got older and wiser and went to the doctor more, I discovered that my weight wasn't where I wanted it to be. I eat a very low carbohydrate diet. It's not really a diet, it's a lifestyle. And eat a lot of vegetables, try to stay away from carbs, eat a lot of protein, and exercise, as well as keep my mind moving.
So my dad has high blood pressure, so I definitely think about things that I eat now and how it could contribute because of genetics. And another part that I maybe wouldn't change my diet is because I have really bad food allergies, and it's really hard to eat healthy sometimes because a lot of healthy things contain peanuts and tree nuts, and I can't have anything that even may contain it. So that is an aspect that kind of hurts eating healthy, but I try to do the best I can at getting around it.
I've been involved with a food program through an organization called Food Addicts in Recovery, and that has a very rigid diet where we only eat 3 meals a day, nothing in between. We don't eat any flour or sugar. Everything we eat is weighed and measured. I've been doing that for a little over 8 years. And I think that's critical to my health. It's critical to maintaining my weight. It's critical to being alert and to being physically fit and capable. I do all my own maintenance in the house. I do my own lawn and yard work. I'm able to do that because I'm in shape.
I go to the doctor, I try to at least once a year, and they're pretty much regular checkups. I've never really been a person that's had to go in just because I've been feeling sick or sore throats or anything like that. I usually try to just take stuff at home. I also see an allergist every couple of years to check to see if any of my allergies have gotten better or worse, so that's another routine thing.
I have 2 routine checkups I do every year. One is a physical with my general practitioner, and the other is with a urologist. Those are the only 2 scheduled things I have. If I see a doctor 4 times a year, including those 2 checkups, that's a lot.
Some of them are routine checkups. My cancer doctor I see every 6 months. Other appointments is as needed. I do have a physical once a year. Right now I'm in a bout with bronchial pneumonia, and so I'm going a little more often right now, being treated for this bronchial problems that I'm having. So it just depends on the situation and the illness. Now this past week I probably went every day for a shot, so I wouldn't have to go to the hospital.
In the U.S., tobacco use is responsible for nearly 1 in 5 deaths and accounts for at least 30% of all cancer deaths. Excessive drinking is responsible for 1 in 10 deaths among working-age adults aged 20 to 64 years old. Just by eliminating poor decisions such as smoking and drinking, our nation can significantly reduce the risk of disease-related deaths.
When I was young, smoking. Never alcohol, smoking. I didn't start smoking until I was 35 years old. I made myself learn to smoke because it was the in thing. Work with mental health, but all the mental health professionals as they smoke, so I smoked. And that's the worst choice I've ever made in my life. I'm suffering with the bronchitis. I'm actually suffering because I have COPD. And if I could just turn back the time.
You know, I haven't made any horrible, unhealthy choices. Yeah, I drank, but not to excess, great excess anyway. I've never done any type of drugs. So I really haven't had a lot of things to undo. The worst thing that I did was, as I say, I was grossly overweight for all but maybe 7 or 8 years of my life before I hit 60. And I do feel some pain in my hips every once in a while on my knees, so I'm sure that is a reflection of being 100 pounds overweight for a number of years. And I have no chronic health problems. In fact, I have no health problems.
Yes, actually, I have. I am a cancer survivor. I've had breast cancer, mastectomy, had thyroid cancer, removed, a lot of illnesses, but I'm a survivor. I am on medication. I've prescribed a lot of meds. I have had a stroke. But my doctors like me. They say that I deal with things and I tell them how, and it's through laughter.
Past generations have been unaware of the negative consequences associated with things such as smoking, drinking, and overeating. Now that they are aging, their life choices have caught up with them. Our healthcare system has spent 86% of their costs on curing these diseases that easily could have been prevented by living healthier lifestyles. Let's be the generation to make a difference. Take a preventative approach to your health starting today.